Ever catch yourself staring into the void, wondering why they walked out on you? I see it. Those eyes of yours, screaming abandonment like they threw you away, some cracked toy they got bored of. You're standing there, cursing the heavens, thinking God's got a personal vendetta. Huh. Why me? Why'd he rip away the ones I'd bleed for? But hold up, kid. Here's the twist. It's not about you. It's them. Maybe, just maybe. He peeked behind their masks, those fake smiles, that hollow loyalty, and saw the rot you couldn't. You drowning in it, aren't you? That jagged blade twisting in your chest, carving out every what if, because they left you dangling. And it stings, oh, it burns, because you cared. You poured your soul into them, didn't you? Your time, your fire, your everything, feeding their egos, patching their empty little lives, while they just smirked and took. Blind as a bat you were, too wrapped up in love or whatever you called it, to see the truth. But God? He saw it all. He clocked the venom seeping from their honeyed lies, slithering into your world, draining you dry while you mistook leeches for lifelines. They weren't your salvation, kid. No family, no friends, just parasites gnawing at your bones, leaving you hollow. You're hurting now, I get it. Music swells. Remember, you, me, you. Sorry, Chris Cosecqui. But snap out of it. God didn't curse you. He cut the string. He knew they didn't deserve a speck of your chaos, your beautiful mess. You're worth more than the trash they dragged in, but you're too busy clawing at shadows to see it. Desperate for their crumbs, huh? Pathetic. Don't look at me like that. I've been there too, down in the dirt, choking on tears for people who wouldn't spit on me if I were on fire. Here's the punchline, straight from the Joker's twisted grin. You loved them, needed them, built your whole damn world around them, and they wouldn't glance back if you were bleeding out on the sidewalk. Cowards, spineless fools who bolted when the mask slipped, and you, poor naive you, thought you'd crumble without them. But look at you now, still standing, hands empty, heart shredded, asking, what went wrong? Nothing, kid. Everything went right. God yanked the cord you were too scared to touch, and now you're free. Free from their weight, their chain. Doesn't feel like freedom, does it? More like the world's crushing your lungs, squeezing out every breath. That's the cost of truth, a bitter pill Nietzsche knew well. What does not kill me makes me stronger. Real pain isn't losing them. It's the gut punch of wasted years. The sickening dawn when you realize you loved ghosts who never saw you, never gave a damn. And God, He couldn't watch you bleed out for them anymore. He tore them away. Not a punishment, but a mercy. You're still crying though, aren't you? Begging for them to stay, to love you back like you loved them. Wake up, kid. Love's no fairy tale, no Hollywood glow. It's a beast, ugly, jagged, raw. Shakespeare nailed it. Love is a smoke made with the fume of sighs. Not everyone's built for it. Some, they're just takers, vampires in human skin, feasting on givers like you until you're a husk. And you're the fool who keeps giving, aren't you? Pouring yourself out till there's nothing left. So here's your moment. Awesome. Look in the mirror. What do you see? Wreck? A warrior? They're gone, kid. And it's time you stopped mourning the ashes. God didn't just save you, He handed you a blank slate. The question is, you gonna keep sobbing over their shadows or grab the pen and rewrite this messed up story? Their exit wasn't your loss, it was your liberation. Laugh at it. Like I do. That's the trick. Find the joke in the pain and you'll rise stronger than they ever dreamed. They're vultures, kid. Built to claw, to drain, to feast on the souls of the ones who bleed for them. And you're the fool who keeps handing them the knife. You give and you give and you give like some cursed fountain spilling over, until you're a hollow shell, cracked and dry. And then what? They dust off their hands and strut away, bellies full of what you surrendered. Screw 'em. God saw it, peeled back their pretty lies, and spotted the rot festering underneath. Leeches, every one of them latched on, till you were a husk. He didn't flinch. Ripped them out, roots and all. No accident, no cruel twist of fate. Just divine surgery, slicing away the poison you couldn't. Here's the kick in the teeth, though. You're still aching for them, aren't you? Sitting there, nursing wounds, whispering, if only they'd stay. But deep down, dig past the tears. You know I'm right. They were anchors, not wings. You'd still be drowning in that swamp of their apathy, pouring your soul into black holes that never blinked twice. You're a giver. That's your curse and your crown. But they're just takers, grinning while they bleed you dry. The world breaks everyone, Hemingway growled. And afterward, many are strong at the broken places. You're breaking now, kid, but that's where the steel's forged. Wake up. Stop cradling the ashes of what's dead. God didn't just cut them loose. He handed you a blank page, a torch to burn the old script. You've got a shot to build something real. Walls of iron, not sand, with people who don't just take, but stand shoulder to shoulder, who see you, not the shadow you cast for them. That's your revenge. Not some petty jab at them, but a reckoning with yourself. Because the real betrayal, it wasn't their footsteps fading, it was you. Every time you let them carve out chunks of your soul, every time you bowed to their whims, every time you stayed when the exit sign glowed red. No more. God didn't curse you. He unshackled you, gave you a mirror to see your worth, legs to stand without their crutches, a voice to rewrite this twisted tale without their venom clouding the ink. So what's it gonna be? You gonna keep sobbing over ghosts who'd spit on your grave, or stand up, shake the dirt off, and claim what's yours? They're gone, kid. Vanished like smoke, and it's the best damn gift you ever got. You think you're the same sap they left behind? Nah. You've walked through fire, illusions torched, loyalty melted away, and what's left is you, raw and real. That's not weakness. That's power. Here's the sick twist. Ironic, ain't it? You thought they were your freedom, your oxygen. Truth is, they were chains, rusted and tight, dragging you under. God saw you choking, too stubborn or scared to break loose, so he swung the axe. Look at you now, still breathing, still kicking, even with that ache gnawing at your ribs. That pain, it's proof you're alive. Proof you gave a damn when they didn't. They never felt the weight, not like you. They took, they gorged, they ghosted. But you? You're still hauling their baggage like some martyr. Drop it. What's done is done, Shakespeare sneered. Let the dead bury the dead. So pause, kid. Right now, what do you feel under that hurt? A spark? A roar? That's you clawing back. They didn't break you. They forged you. The minute they walked, they handed you the keys to a cage you didn't even know you were in. Laugh at it. Go on. Let it rip. That's the Joker's way. Find the punchline in the chaos and you'll rise, not just whole, but unstoppable. You're lugging around those memories, that hurt like it's some warped metal pinned to your chest, dragging their ghosts through the mud of your mind. Tell me, kid, what's that getting you? What's the point of cradling shadows that don't even breathe? You think if you clutch tight enough, they'll stumble back, tails between their legs, begging for you? Newsflash, they won't. And if they did, it'd be the same old circus. A few sweet lies, a mask of charm, then bam, right back to bleeding you dry. Why? Because that's their nature. Leopards don't swap their spots, they just prowl in circles. You'd end up shattered again, wondering why you rolled the dice on a rigged game. Don't even flirt with that fantasy. Want to survive this mess? Toughen up. Look out for the only one who's got your back. You. No one's gonna cradle your soul like you do. Truth's a cold slap, but swallow it fast and the sting fades. You think God didn't see them hauling you into the abyss? He did. Yanked them out like weeds from a cracked sidewalk. You didn't lose a damn thing. You were unshackled. But here's the raw deal. I ain't promising sunshine and roses. It's gonna get uglier before the dawn. Nights'll hit like a freight train, loneliness slamming down, silence roaring louder than a storm. Feel it. Let it crush you. Because that darkness, it's not your enemy, it's your mentor. Whispering, what are you made of, kid? Alone in that void, you'll see it. You're forged tougher than you know. You weathered their knives, their vanishing act. Most would have buckled, but not you. You're still here, scarred and swaying, but upright. That's no small win. The wound is the place where the light enters you, Rumi said. And those cracks, they're where your strength seeps in. Pride's a start, but it won't carry you. You've got to ditch the baggage, the what-ifs, the could-have-beens. They're anchors sinking you slow. Cut the ropes. Right now you've got a fork in the road. Wallow till you're a husk of regret, or grab that pain, that rage, that betrayal, and forge it into fire. Something that'll shove you forward, unstoppable. Here's the twist, straight from the Joker's cracked grin. You thought they were your lifeline, but they were shackles, rusted, heavy, chaining you to their whims. God saw you drowning in their muck, too gutless to break free, so he swung the blade. And now, you're still kicking, even with that ache clawing at you. That's your proof. You're alive, you cared, you fought. They didn't. They just gorged and ghosted. So why the hell are you still bowing to their altar? Drop it, kid. Stare into that mirror. What's staring back? A victim? Or a survivor ready to rewrite the punchline? Forward. That's where you're headed, kid. And it'll make you unstoppable. Yeah, you heard me. Unstoppable. That's you now. Whether your battered heart believes it or not. You've clawed through the worst betrayal's bitter sting, smiles hiding daggers, and you're still standing. You've seen the world's true face, a snarling beast, cold and cruel, spitting in your eye without a care. But here's the twist. That's your edge. You've cracked the game wide open, seen its gears grinding, and now you're dangerous. No more dancing to their tune, no more swallowing their fairy tales. You're done with the smoke and mirrors, ready to get real. And real? Most can't stomach it. They'd rather huddle in their cozy delusions, pretending the masks don't slip. Not you. You've peeked under the veil, faced the ugliness lurking there, and didn't blink. You've walked through hell, kid. Flames licking at your heels, scars carving your story, and you're still breathing. Out of the hottest fire comes the strongest steel, they say. And you're proof. So what's it gonna be? You gonna sit there, cradling the ashes of a past that never was? Or stand up, kick the dust off, and forge something new? It won't be easy. Hell, it'll chew you up and spit you out some days, but you've got something they can't touch. You see the world for the jagged mess it is, and that's gold. You're free now. Unshackled from their chains, their leeching grip. Free to build a life that's yours, raw and true, with people who don't just take, but give a damn back. Stop mourning the wreckage, kid. Start dancing on it. God saw what you couldn't. Those parasites weren't your anchors, they were your noose. He cut the rope, and now you've got a shot to prove it wasn't a loss. It was a damn liberation. You feel alone? You're not. You've got you, and that's the only rock that won't crumble. Everyone else, they're just passengers, bailing when the road gets rough. But you're the driver, the engine, the whole damn ride. You don't need their applause to stand tall. You're whole. even if you can't see it through the tears yet. Here's the punchline, straight from the Joker's crooked smirk. Losing them wasn't your funeral. It was your baptism. What you lose in the fire, you find in the ashes, Nietzsche might have growled. And what you found is freedom, truth, a spine of iron. So quit crying over ghosts who dropped you like a bad habit. Look ahead. What do you see? A wreck? Or a warrior itching to rise? One day you'll glance back and laugh. Laugh at how this gut punch was the best gift you ever unwrapped. You're not just surviving, kid. You're rewriting the rules. So stand up, Bill. Prove the bastards wrong.